Di sila pwede magsabi na easy game to na 2-1. It wasn't an easy game. We watched it. The Retri War was intense. Na sobrang intense din ang series na to as a whole. One game taken away by El Ganador Esports. Overall, this experience for the fresh Bren Esports squad is something that would hone them even further entering MPL S9. In fact, hone them even further as they enter the next round of the losers bracket dahil hindi pa tapos ang kanilang Sibol journey. While we watch the smart plays of this game number 3, of course, we would like to congratulate El Ganador as well first for reaching this point of the tournament. Talagang malaking bagay ito at ina-acknowledge namin ang hard work na pinasok ng mga manlalaro na to na naglaro pa mula sa qualifiers. But this is Bren Esports' time to shine. This is their victory. Bren Esports continuing in the bracket na madami pang laman na I think Onyx ba kalaban nila, men?
I think,
sure
yeah. Yeah, I think so. Oh, no, wait.
Or are we waiting for another match?
Yeah, it's yeah, they're gonna be playing Onyx. Right.
Yeah, most likely, pero check natin yan mamaya. Baka kasi hihintayin pa natin
yung results. Bracket sa ulo ko eh.
ang limited din lang ng choices eh. Kahit sinong kalabanin mo sa losers bracket will always be a strong team. Yep. So this is just Sibol 22 things, man. Sobrang lala ng mga teams na nandito.
Yeah. In an old man's word, it's very stacked. In a Gen Z thing, like Romy, sobrang lala ng ating bracket dito.
Ganun ba yun?
And I agree with you. I think sobrang ganda ng I think it defines it, di ba? Ang lala ng ating bracket, and then I'm happy to see just it kind of gives us some confidence na ang selection process ng national team natin ay malala.
Yun nga. Yun ang word of the day, malala. Napakalala ng series na to. Bren Esports and Bren Esports now continuing in the losers bracket. Ito na nga makikita natin, no? Onyx Philippines, RSG Philippines kanina natapos ng 3-1. Ibig sabihin niya na ibababa ang Onyx at makakalaban nga nila ang Bren Esports most likely hindi pa natin makikita kasi walang label kung sino yung round na mananalo kung saan sila bababa. Pero may chance talaga. Either next play EVOS or Onyx Philippines ang makakalaban ng Bren.
Yep. I think slowly ay sasabihin sa atin ito ng ating prod team, but we'll see. Okay.
So
we'll give the announcement for
bracket,
sure.
No?
Alam niyo, perfect dito, guys. Make sure na i-follow nyo yung Sibol page and maybe our pages as well. We're gonna be announcing it. Utang namin sa inyo, guys. Kami bahala. We'll make sure that we'll keep you informed whether through our Facebook pages or for Twitter o kaya dun sa mismong page ng Sibol. I-announce yan. So, don't worry. In just a few minutes, we'll get back at you.
Wait lang, may kakapasok lang na information. Ano yun, Direk? Mukhang meron tayong bagong maihahatid sa ating mga audience. Pwede pa nating...
Okay, it's definitely Bren and Onyx
ang maglalaban. My God, that is a big challenge for a fresh Bren squad.
You saw RSG making a dominant performance against Onyx Philippines. I mean, hindi rin naman ito yung... I would say yung pinaka-successful na lineup ng Onyx Philippines. So, we don't know what's gonna happen. Again, it's full of surprises. Sabi mo nga, Wami, malala.
Oo nga, malala. Ang daming pwedeng mangyari sa bracket na to. In fact, ang daming fresh people, mga new bloods sa ating mga teams. So it's gonna be exciting. Pero may isa pa tayong series, the last series of tonight in the losers bracket. As far as I remember, it's going to be Origin versus Smart Omega. Muli, kami ang inyong naging casters for this intense series. My name is Theo Ignacio. Kasama ko dito si Kaisang Wolf na Pueto at magbabalik ang Sibol 2022 National Team Selection powered by Smart.
or they don't have to play countering game.
On the side of
Another great start to his game, and now with 2 kills to boot, 2 kills, 0 deaths, 1 is
back to the Sibol 2022 National Team Selection Tournament for Mobile Legends Bang Bang. Mamadali si Direk, pero kami hindi kasi ito na ang huling laban ng gabing ito. May malalaglag. Isa sa mga teams na ito is going to be Omega Esports versus Origin Esports. Sa inyong lingkod, ako nga po pala ulit si Leo. Kasama nandito si Wolf. We are the Animals and we're bringing you this BO3 Eliminations match. Wolf, napakalungkot na kailangan natin mag-goodbye sa El Ganador Esports, pero ngayon kumakapit ang Origin. Isa ang huling amateur representation dito sa ating national team selection.
Yep, they came from the open qualifiers at isa sila sa dalawang teams na hindi yan expect na makalagpas doon nga naman. Kasi may mga teams na tayo na nasa MPL din before at mga champion na rin from the amateur squad and amateur scene, I mean. And then, only two came out. And it's Origin as well as this El Ganador Esports. And so far, sobrang ganda ng representation ng amateur scene natin in this Sibol 2022 National Team Selection. I'm also impressed sa Origin when they went up against MPL-PH. Although it was a 2-0, nakita natin yung Game 2 na meron silang binaon. At it almost worked against MPL. So it really speaks volumes on what they can bring to the table.
You're talking about the jungle Carmilla, tapos syempre si Doc Men na naka-atlas. Napaka-unorthodox, pero may something. Meron silang theory crafting doon na kamuntikan na lang napagana. Ladies and gentlemen, before we move on with the draft, let me remind you that this tournament is organized by Peso and of course brought to you and powered by Smart Experience, the power of Smart 5G in over 4,900 sites nationwide. Switch now to experience the difference. Visit smart.com.ph/MNP to learn more. Kung gusto niyo i-share itong stream na ito, let everyone know na guys, baka ma-eliminate na ang Origin or baka Omega may upset, di ba? Use the hashtag muling lumakad matatag and hashtag Sibol powered by Smart. Wolf, nabanggit mo yung kakaibang draft ng Origin. Sa tingin mo ba? Sa tingin mo, laban sa Omega, ma-pull out ulit nila yon? Kasi Omega to eh. Yung Omega na to, it's very similar to what we might see in the MPL. So, kilala na tong team na to. What do you think Origin is bringing to the table?
Yeah, if not the exact same draft or exact parang core heroes, I think meron silang iba pang strategies just like that na panggulat nila. Kasi I was lucky enough to talk to one of the coaching staff ng mga professional teams at na lagi nakatapat tong Origin nga. Actually, hindi pala siya coaching staff ng amateur team, right? Na closely related to. At lagi ito daw talaga yung parang panggulat nila sa mga amateur tournaments that some people might not be able to scout out. So, when I asked him, okay, so marami pa ba silang mga ganitong mga strategies? Hindi daw niya masabi, but he saw some other strategies from Origin. So, baka etong team na to ay maraming nakahanda for the table, right? So, maybe that's just one of the many strategies that they have available.
Alright, so it's not that exactly, pero ang sinabi nitong informant mo ay maraming baon ang Origin. Very interesting. I'm hoping that they give Omega Esports a run for their money. Pag-usapan naman natin ang Omega, Smart Omega. They're bringing a lineup that's very similar. Again, ang bago lang dito na nakita natin from day one is si Outplay na nasa gold lane na magaling din naman. You could have sworn na medyo parang Kelra ang galawan niya. But now as we go into the draft for game number 1, makikita natin kung ano nga ba maging priorities ng Smart Omega. These are the Smart picks and bans. Wolf, ang unang tinanggal is the Lancelot. They are on the play. Origin ang sasagot. Bakit kaya Lancelot?
Okay, so meron ako dalawang bagay na pwedeng two theories. One is it's what do you say this? Parang comfort pick ng Origin, I would say. And the second is it's actually technically speaking para sa akin when it comes to just the tier list, the strongest hero, strongest assassin in the jungler role ngayon. So before ano siya parang Ling at Hayabusa. But after nerfs dun kay Hayabusa, may some balance changes, tapos dun kay Ling, may konting balance changes din. Eventually, it is now Lancelot na parang if you look at so many like professional games, teams, it feels like ito yung mas malakas. Like, better attributes, better armor, better like, damage output in the early stages. Yung first theory ko, parang yun yata yung mas mataas yung likelihood. Yung second theory ko might be just spending so many time watching ML kind of thing.
We'll save it for later kasi napabilis ang draft ng Smart, Omega at Origin dito. They've taken out another strong jungler in the Paquito. Tapos tinanggal na rin nila yung Edith. Ang sagot ng Origin, Valentina, Carmilla. I'm wondering why they're the ones who are banning this. Tapos nag-aantay tayo ng isa pa. Wolf, ba't kaya binan ng Origin yung Carmilla? Para bang naatiktik? Natiktikan ba sila ng Omega dito?
Yeah, for sure. I think yung Omega, baka may chance kasi na naglalaro to ng scrims na parang alam mo yung may mga times na nakikipag-scrim ang mga MPL teams with local teams, and in term nila locals or local teams na parang usually kasi ang mga MPL teams ay hindi lumalaban sa co-MPL teams sa mga Pinoy teams, but if you need to, you go to the amateur scene and baka nagkaharap to before. Yeah.
So alam nila, kinala nila ang isa, in Origin closing up their first phase bans with the Selena. What's left open here for Omega? Let's talk about it. You have Eve out, Esmeralda pwede. I believe we have gotten word na it's Omega on the red and Origin on the blue. Ayan, so now it makes more sense. It makes more sense na Omega mismo ang nagtanggal. So ang coach ng Oddum natin, ng Galaxy ng Universe na si Pakbet at si Billy, sabi nila tanggalin nyo na yung Carmilla. Ito naman yung first pick, Glue, at ang sagot ng Omega, they pick up the Yuzhong first. What's the Yuzhong and Glue matchup like?
I always feel na Yuzhong sided siya kasi lane-wise maganda, tapos you give so much free lifesteal at so much free kills para dun sa isang Yuzhong kapag nag-split ka. I mean, your grab is rather useless kapag sa Yuzhong siya kasi pwede lang mag-ulting Yuzhong. So generally speaking, Yuzhong yung hindi siya counter in a way, but more like it's sobrang komportable ni Yuzhong kapag Glue lang yung kalaban niya. That's how I put it out there.
So, yung Glue-Yuzhong relationship ay parang Paquito-Tams relationship in the XP lane. Parang okay lang. Parang masakit minsan pero okay lang. Let's see. Origin closing up their first phase with the Cho and the Clint. Sinamahan ng Yuzhong yung Kufra. Let's talk about the Cho and the Clint. This is confirmed. Post 5 Cho to.
We don't know. Maybe we can see like the Haji or the hatred thing where makita tayo ng position 4 na mid-lane na Cho. What I don't like though is kumuha pa rin sila ng isang Clint after the fact na may Kufra at may Yuzhong. And now with the pair of the Eve, it makes it even more incredibly difficult na mag-Clint. So it's very scary for Origin to pick this hero up kasi tatlo agad yung problema niya. Now, ang potential na may maging sagot dito ng Origin is to look for ways para makancel yung Eve Ultimate. So, we're looking at mga tipong Kaditam, mga Phobius, or long range na knockups that can help out. So, I think doable pa rin itong draft ng Origin, but at the same time, if I were the Clint, medyo malungkot, medyo sad na ako sa sa mga nakikita kong heroes ng kalaban.
Ang dami ng babanggain ng Clint na ito. It's going to the hands of Scent. Tingnan natin. Going to the second phase, we have Origin taking out the Brody. Alam nilang wala pang hero dito si Outplayed. Omega answers back, taking out the Kadita. So, post 4 ang inaatake ng Omega as well as the Kagura. Very clear intent for Omega.
The Brody na ban, maybe another today. Ang naging flavor of the gold lane ay ang Popol versus Clint matchup. Hindi na magulat kung ang Origin ay ibaban din yan. Also, para sa side ng Origin, I think they want to secure a jungler na wow, okay, so linga ka din ang binan. Jungler na hindi ganun ka problemado sa mga petrify type of heroes like Yuzhong for example, di ba? Ngayon, yung tipo mga Hayabusa, considerably sobrang mobile ng isang Hayabusa. Pero just imagine with Hayabusa madali kang kontrolin ng Kufra. At the same time, pwede kang i-combo ng Yuzong with the Petrify na chain stun combo, tapos papaulan ng even. Kunin ng Origin dito na substitute ay yung mga tipo mga Bane, mga Olus actually could have been good para sa Origin.
Pero mukhang kailangan nila mag-adjust on the fly, Wolf. They're gonna close up their draft dahil nauna na yung Omega sa Olus. And interestingly enough, I heard that gasp. This is War flashbacks. It's a Baksha and a Digi. Is this Jungle Baksha?
It is Jungle Baksha for sure. There's the 1-1, okay.
Oh no.
Okay. Hindi tayo pwedeng mag-react, but I already reacted, sorry. But you have to wait and see. Is this a feeding Digi or not? We don't know. I've already seen Jungle Carmilla. And from a team na nagda-draft ng Jungle Carmilla, hindi ako mahugulat kung itong Digi na to ay feeding Digi. Okay?
Well,
or maybe I will still be shocked, but
feeding Digi, pero yun nga eh. Kung Jungle Baksha siya, hindi naman siya ganun kakaiba from a Jungle Carmilla. Diba? So, ito na naman, Game 1 pa lang, Wolf. Game 1 pa lang, nagpapakita ng gilas na ang Origin. Pinapakita na lang kami ang lagim ng local teams na meron kakaibang draft. So, I'm excited. Let's talk about Omega's draft though. What do you think about Omega's draft closing it up like that?
Okay, it's definitely ifa-funnel nila doon sa kanilang gold lane ang strife na kanilang ang kanilang win condition basically. You have Olus, tapos meron kang Yuzong Kufra. This really spells like melee, talagang hapas, run at you strategy in your face ang gusto gawin ng Omega dito. Tapos meron ka ng Eve for that burst damage. At siya na rin yung parang quarterback dito, si Captain Etomax, kumbaga siyang quarterback na magko-control sa kanyang team, si Star Kai Dick. Tama ba? Yeah. So,
yes, si Patrick
it's all about the 1-1 dito. Exactly.
Let's see. 1-1, played by Outplayed. Papasokin na natin ang mapa. Let's go to game number 1. This is Omega Esports versus Origin. 30 seconds into the map, we'll see that they're actually going into different directions, yung ating junglers.
Okay. Wait. I'm sorry, but my screen just froze. I don't know what's happening, but I would assume na ang gustong maging tempo dito na laruin ng Omega is to be more on the aggressive side para just to make space for the 1-1.
Yeah, it's a babysitting Kufra for now. So si Mangilog, si Joshua Mangilog, si Chakno ay nakabantay dito kay Outplayed, and si Docman naman ay naka-pull yourself together. So, posible pa rin, Wolf. Pero hindi naman eh. Hindi siya pumunta doon sa jungle eh. Hindi siya nang asar agad eh. So, it could just be still, your average normal support, Diggy.
Yeah. Okay, so I have reconnected now. And ang masaya dito ay nakita ko agad na si Docman ay naka-Diggy na pull yourself together and Aegis. Tapos nakatama siya dito sa top lane, which means na ang idea ng Origin Esports is to also make babysit their gold lane din. So, halos parehas, but yung Smart Omega's composition mas late game centric. Para sa Origin Esports, medyo nasa mid game sila kung saan magsasabay-sabay yung power spike ng Glue, Baksha, as well as the Clint, at meron silang Digi para pigilan yung talo ni Champion. So, interesting approach mula sa Origin.
Yeah, not to mention, yung bilis din ng rotations nila. Lalo na't meron kang easy out with the Time's Journey. Tapos yung bilis pa ng galaw ng isang Baksha. And yes, I believe tama ka. Eventually, it is Shoko who's playing in the post 4 role, parang ala Hatred or Haji Cho. Tapos ngayon ang jungler nila ay si CJ. Oh, nice jump in! First blood drawn by Mangilog, pero hindi naman ganun kasama yun. Still, Origin keeping this gold lead very, very small for Smart Omega. Pero convert into a turtle across the map. They're gonna collapse here. Eto, maksinimulan! Kapitan Kaidik with an extra shield! Hindi pa natapos, hindi pa napatay. Si Docmanatics mag-ingay, sent here, trying to survive. Mapapatay niyo ba si Outplayed? Sagot hindi na. All the kills going over to Chak Mamba. Pero ito na, Choco, Whale the Dragon, full-on combo. Eto, Max, Burn Flicker. Bouncing ball, Chak protektahan ng kanyang kapitan. There's that prism, there's that crystal. Mabubuhay mo ba? Kasi hindi naka-edict ball.
Oh. Sobrang ganda na sana na ginawa doon ni Dokmen. Unfortunately, set overstay. Wala naman din siyang choice because they're under the real-world manipulation. So, very big kudos to the captain, Eto Max. Ayun, no? Nakuha nila si set. And the worst thing about this is dalawang Gold Lane Siege minions ang na-miss out ni Seth. And sobrang laki doon in the early stages of the game.
Dalawang cart. So, maganda rin ang timing ng Smart Omega. They understood what they were trying to do. And I think even in real time, yung action ay nandito pa rin sa top lane. Lipat tayo sa mid. And our junglers are just farming. No, I love this. Si Ryzen na ang bilis, Wolf. Windtalker agad.
Windtalker. Wow. Sa mabilis na Windtalker para kay Ryzen after, actually not getting any kills, but ayun. Ang interesting dito, naka-heptasis na rin si Choco with the high-end dry and Dokmen. Naku po, napasama ng check.
Oh, Undying Fury with the Time's Journey. Hindi natamaan, pero nag-trigger ang crossbow hang. Ayun ang isang backup. Meron pang target sa tumatama kay CJ. And not going at the bit of a stance, keeping them in. Ang sagot ni Eto Max. Real world manipulation. Hinahap siya ni Choco. Choco hindi siya maka-lock up, pero mabagtak muna si Ryzen. Kulang pa ng sustainability ang Aulus na ito. Oh, that's still a trade. And 4 outplayed. That's going to be a win for Origin.
Absolute win para sa Origin Esports. Nakakuha sila ng 4 na kills for the price of 1. And the bait ni Dokmen, yung Smart Omega doon. I thought, sinabi ko diba parang napamali ng check doon si Dokmen. Pero hindi siya agad nabigyan. Nakapag-ages pa siya as well as activate this ultimate. Tapos, itong si Choco nakaharap na magandang opening to use the knockup to cancel itong ultimate. Eventually, na-peel yung Smart Omega. Naharap nila yung pinakatamang kills and eventually gets 4. At nakakuha pa ng Torres sa top lane ng Origin Esports, now way ahead of Smart Omega in the early stages of the game.
Halos 2K gold lead rin yan, Wolf. And it's very difficult for Smart Omega to find a window. Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize. We are going to be fixing a few things in the back end. Pero for now, let's discuss what exactly just happened. Ganito kaaga sa laro, parang kumakagat sa laban na hindi dapat nila pinapasukan ang Omega. This is one of the strengths of Origin. Ganito rin yung lineup namin, Armila.
I think hindi nila masyado na-calculate yung impact ng Time's journey coming out from this DG. Because 9 times out of 10, pag ganun kaganda yung initiation coming out from Smart Omega, they will really go to that. At si Eto Max, yung kanyang ultimate, maganda naman yung pwestuhan, but hindi nila tinake for account na may possibility na may Cho doon. And that was the fresh, and that was actually the reveal of the heptasis ng ating Cho. At nasaktan talaga sila dahil sa damage output. And Clint, although nakuha nila yung kill doon kay Clint, they already lost so much HP doon sa kanilang mga heroes. And because of that, ay nakakuha ng isang malupit na kill ang side ng hindi pala isa, 4 na malulupit na kills ang side ng Origin Esports. And now they have recovered sila. Nasa kanila na ang kalamangan sa ngayon.
Yep, so it's a matter of recovery here for Omega. It's a matter of them finding more resources para maging ready sila. Kasi yun yung nature ng lineup nila. Nabanggit mo kanina, Wolf. Si Outplayed, kailangan niya pa ng items para solid ang crossbow tang. And of course, si Ryzen. Kahit yung engagement ng isang Aulus ay hindi sulit kung wala pa siyang items. We confirmed, yes, he has a Windtalker. Pero kahit War Axe, wala pa. So, inuna niya yung Windtalker para mabilis siya mag-farm. So, we'll see where this goes. For Origin, mukhang nakapag-convert sila right after went into the pause. They took a bottom lane turret. Again, that's the glue winning the matchup.
Yeah, we see na interestingly, I know Glue nakapanalo ng matchup na yun. I wonder what really happened in that lane. But if you're the Yuzong, parang okay ka with that. You should be able to just clear the waves. Mag-stack ka lang din parang sa lifesteal back. So, I wonder what really happened that lane. Kung may influence ba ng ibang mga heroes or whatnot. Now, when we talk about the Olus, yun yung interesting kasi I always feel na War Axe is made perfectly para kay Olus. Parang siyang yung item na yun ginawa para kay Olus eh. Isa sa mga parang pare sila ng passive basically, right?
That's so, literally his item.
First item.
Yun talaga yun. As in, yun talaga yun. Parang yung Twin Shadow Blades ay yung espada ni Karina. Parang gano'n. Like
Karina,
that's
yeah.
Yeah. So perfect
Yeah, I agree.
item, exactly.
Yeah, but like I said, mapapabilis yung farm niya. I do feel na mas maganda yata na nag-war axe siya para makakreate siya ng space. Kasi may movement speed ka makukuha, right? Although there were nerfs, for sure, dun sa war axe na nakita natin. I still feel na yung movement speed na boost tapos meron kang penetration on top of your passive, this makes total sense. At baka mas mabilis pa siya mag-farm nga dahil doon kasi nakakatulong siya sa kanyang teams. But, it is their decision. Maybe they're waiting for the proper timing para sabay-sabay silang gumawa ng clash. Hintayin nyo kanilang mga first items and then eventually team fight against the Origin.
Which, again, yung lineup nila napaka-unorthodox, pero gumagana eh. Perfect. Like, yung hero ni Doc Men, yung Diggy, nila na items. Yun na yun, yung kit niya ay yung binibigay niya for the first 10 minutes. Kahit ganyan lang gawin ni Doc Men, basta pumapasok yung Omega sa gustong gawin ng Origin, ay mananalo sila. So, yesterday, na-figure out ng Onyx na, ay, wag ganyan. Don't. Alright? Kamuntikin kami, pero don't. This time, Omega, it's their turn. Kailangan nilang hanapin yung moment na sabing, guys, ito yung tama. So, tingnan natin, it's going to be a rough road. At what time do you think Omega's gonna get by? I think if we go back into the map, nasa 4 or 5 minutes na tayo. At what point is there a timer, Wolf, na pag sinabi natin, it's Omega time, ilang minutes yun?
Yeah. Maybe 8 to 9 minutes actually. Or if they do find the fights. But if not, at makontrol siya ng Origin, this will come later, so much later on, kung saan maganda na yung farm ng isang 1-1 at kaya na niyang patayin si Baksha. Which we saw in the fight na nakakuha ng 4 kills ang side ng Origin. Tumagal doon si Baksha. In fact, I think he came out alive, di ba? Parang even after going too low. And alam naman natin na Baksha, it's all about sustain. But in the presence of a 1-1, kaya niyang mag-deal enough ng damage para mapatay yung Baksha, right? So that's what we're waiting for. Have enough items, maybe get Demon Hunter Sword or own Wind Talker para doon after the corrosion site doon sa 1-1. So that will come a little bit later, actually about 15 minutes pa. But now, if you're a fan of Origin, if you want them to win in this particular game, you will wish na they continue the pressure up.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yung 8 to 9 minutes na Omega is only if wala rin gawin yung Origin. Pero hindi naman sila tatayo lang dyan. They're just gonna wait for Omega to come back. I think naintindihan ng Origin na okay, lamang tayo. We need to add pressure. We need to keep this up. And at that point, baka hindi na makahinga ang Omega. We will see. Hirap si Chuck Mamba. Although this is his comfort hero, kailangan lang sumunod ng mga kampi niya. Kailangan nilang hanapan ng entrada. Pero yun nga war flashbacks. Yung Digi talaga. The Digi just stops a lot of what Omega puts on the table.
Yeah. There's another side to it though. Yung mga times na ang Digi ay ginagamit to 100% counter yung mga Kufra, mga Grak, mga Akai. That was a sight to see. Tsaka yung mga tipong Digi plus Kimi or Digi plus a Marksman na sobrang lakas sa laning stage nung duo na yun tapos makakuha sila ng push. I would love to see that too. At dahil nasa kanila yung glue, meron silang pang peel dun sa may backlines. They also have Eve for zone control. So, actually yung Eve ay nasa kanilang team. But yeah, you know what I'm trying to say, right? May zone control wala dun sa kanilang glue. Tapos meron kang pang peel through the Cho. It will be a sight to see. Parang pwede tayo makita ng isang systematic gameplay from this team.
Yeah, and again, this is very promising. If a team like Origin can make these kinds of lineups, who's to say na baka ma-inspire yung mga makapanood sa kanila. And that's what makes this national team selection tournament all the more important, no? So doon sa mga nangangarap at na-inspire, na-motivate ng mga napapanood nyo dito, well, that's why this is the best of the best. That's why we're trying to find out who will be joining the new generation of Sibol that will represent our country in this year's international tournaments. Wolf, it's just a matter of time. We're just figuring things out. We're fixing it in the back end. I've gotten word. Game na, balik na tayo. Let's see what's happening here. This is Omega versus Origin. 7 minutes na rin pala nakalipas. 7 minutes in, and all tier 1 turrets gone for Omega.
That's massive. Nakuha nila yung control dun sa may mid. Maybe another pause actually. As it seems
Alright,
like si
okay.
Choco ay hindi na paggalaw.
Okay, so ayusin muna natin. Of course, we want our players to have the best experience and compete at their most comfortable. So we're gonna work that out first. You were mentioning something about Choco.
Yeah, hindi siya gumagalo na, pero gustong-gusto ko yung kanyang decision na after getting the bare boots, di ba, din sa position 4, around the 3 minute 30 seconds timer, nauna pa nga siya doon sa Olus na makakuha ng first item niya. So, straight up, naked boots, tapos kuha ka ng Heptasis. Tapos, gumawa agad siya ng play afterwards. Nakakuha siya agad ng isang kill, which, to me, sobrang maximum value nung flash farming mo bilang isang mid laner. So, ang taas ng value nun. Eventually, i-upgrade niya yung boots niya, tapos kuha siya ng Blade of Despair, at masusulit niya yung tempo na pwede yung paglaruan. Kumbaga, he's wasting no time. And that's why, to me, ito yung mga mark of a good mid lane na Cho players. Parang hindi sila nagsasayang ng oras.
Yeah. And again, napaka-impressive nito lalo na kahapon, si Choco ay ang jungler ng Origin. Ngayon, siya ay nasa post 4. Dahil pumasok si CJ to play this interesting lineup na merong back siya, jungle. Always dangerous. Choco is always gonna be part of our meta. He's always around for as long as I can remember. So, ganun ka-importante si Cho. Ganun kalakas ang hero na ito. And again, just by mechanics and just by the timings, kahit si Ryzen na jungler ng Omega, kailangan niya humabol. So napaka-delikado nun, and I think, I hate to go back to it, pero yung decision niya na make up ng ganong klase item is, siguro nga rin kasi naintindihan niya kailangan nilang bilisan, kailangan nila sumagot din sa laban. So instead of the fixed penetration, movement speed, and damage, pinili niya yung splash na meron ang isang Windtalker and built-in movement speed para rin siya makaya. That's just a thought, maybe, right?
Yeah, maybe that's a valid approach, diba? And again, ito mga teams na to, obviously meron tayong alam na standard na item item progression or item build order, but it will vary from time to time kapag meron kayong set plays. And in the lower bracket, lalong-lalo na Omega is fielding a team na itong lineup na to, this is not necessarily their final lineup. They prepared for this para hindi sila matanggal at meron sila mga set plays. And I'm sure na itong Olus 1-1 nako, lalong-lalo na sa speed na pag-pick nila ng mga heroes na to, it just means na meron silang nakaplano for sure.
Well, tingnan natin kung mag-unfold nga ba para sa kanila ang plano nila, if it's going to be to their benefit as we go back into the game this time around. Let's see. Oh, quick turtle take here. Hindi ko makita kung saan napunta. It's Origin.
Yep, it is indeed Origin. Merong shield si Clint at alam natin na distribute na yung mga shields na yan all throughout your teammates.
And so far, under 8 minutes, Lord coming in about 2. Naging 4K. Almost 5K na ang gold lead ng Origin Esports. So ito nga, Wolf, mahirap mag-extend ang Omega time. Kasi Origin's keeping the pressure on.
There's the War Axe that we're looking for. But what? Wait! Blade of Despair kay Choco na may Heptasis. 5.7k ang mid laner. At si Ryzen is 4.7k. Okay.
It's both hirap si Ryzen and ang bilis lang mag-flash farm talaga ni Choco. So that's scary, that's very dangerous. CJ dito, galing sa Timog, naghahanap ng target. Killer already using up his split na tatimingan lang din naman, and bottom lane seems to be the next target. Set! Taken down that tier 2. Smart Omega, nararamdaman mo dito talaga play safe sila. And they can't afford any more losses.
3-0 win to pala dito si Choco, kaya naman pala ang taas na kanyang farm. And again, utilize this spike. Pwede niyang i-go si Outplayed. Although si Outplayed ay merong cleanse mechanic. to remove one debuff, but that will only account for one. So pwede pa siyang i-wave the dragon afterwards, but we'll see. Indigo, map control para sa Origin Esports, well done. I think they're waiting for the next Lord to appear. And we might see them just destroy Smart Omega with it.
Now, Smart Omega, nagsastruggle sila para lang makuha yung kanilang sariling buff. And sa hirap ng buhay, they have to leave it. Sa hirap ng buhay, they have to protect so many parts of the map na sobrang libre para sa Origin ngayon. Ang 940 second Lord, it is not enhanced by any means. It's as close to the first form of Lord as it gets. Pero may enhance pa rin ng minions, and chances are matitrigger pa rin nila yung blast no isa sa mga inhibitors ng Omega. So the next pushes are going to be stronger. Double dominance ice pickup for Smart Omega. Is that going to be significant here, Wolf? Is that a spike?
Yeah, is it a spike? Maybe, yes. Pwede silang makapanalo ng isang team fight because of it. As long as they started now. It's decent laban sa glue tsaka dito sa digging in a way tsaka syempre sa backsha. So magandang pang front line para Smart Omega. At the same time, nakakadagdag yung parang pagkailang ng isang clip because of the minus attack.
And look at this bait, my Doc Man already popping the Time's Journey. At yung sasakyan ni Killer si Etomax, Kapitan Kaidik Falls. And just like that, libreng-libre ang pagpasok at pag-take ng Tier 2 sa mid. Top lane, sasabog ang inhibitor, shield on, and Lord still standing. Killer nilang natitira, makakapag-clear naman ng Omega. And just like that, they still have waves. Off-cam shutdown onto Choco. Napakadaming pair nun para kay Ryzen. And that's going to be Sent not finding the kill. Kamunti ka na si Ryzen. That's a small win. I think that's a small win for Omega.
Oh, for sure. They just scattered at the di ganun ka-organized ang push nitong Origin Esports so that they will not get anything. Baka mapunish pa sila.
Oh, look at the placement of Outplayed. Nakaisa, popping the crossbow of Tang, Immortality on CJ as well. 3 for none across the board. May naka-respond na doon, but just like that, a massive win for Smart Omega. Keeping their mid lane inhibitor. Wolf, sobrang liit na ng HP nun, pero okay pa.
Yung malupit pa daw yung mga shotguns na napunta sa important heroes. You see now, Outplayed is 3-1 and 2, tapos Ryzen is 2-1 and 1. It's a lot of gold going back para sa side ng Smart Omega.
Yep, and now they're gonna try to make some leeway on the map. Pina-pressure nila itong mid lane, si Docmen lang at saka si Killer ang nandito, also known as Archie. Bottom lane, hindi naman mapilit ni Ryzen. Iniwan niya na lang yung wave, and they'll find room later on. Top lane, minamanage na lang ng Omega, so they're still in damage control mode. Alam nila nakabawi sila ng slight, pero you cannot get in control.
Yep. Maganda pa rin para sa side ng Origin Esports. Fortunately for them though, ay medyo nakahinga yung Smart Omega. Interesting na item of choice para kay CJ. Kumuha agad siya ng casual Dreadnought armor para din sa mga maraming flurry na attacks ni Outplayed na 1-1. And also went for the Winter Gauntlet para instant cancel doon sa crossbow. And that is definitely good kasi alam natin na siya yung pagsastakan talaga nitong isang nitong 1-1 so that in clashes, if the ultimate is popped by this 1-1, at least siya yung tatangke and you can just totally negate it by this Winter Tantrum purchase.
Yep, a lot of timing that Smart Omega have to consider para mabawi sila. And off camera, that's it! Ryzen has found his spike, nanalo na siya. And that's the Mamba finding one! Full-on combo, real revelation, pati Black Dragon form, and now it's Killer walking away out of this. Renzio, napaganda na spacing yan. Hindi pa rin gamit yung kanyang Petrify. So this is gonna open up this mid lane tier 1. As well, bottom lane, nahihirapan ang Origin, napigilan si Ryzen at tuloy ang pag-atake nila. Killer goes down, Dogman goes down, Sent and CJ na lang ang nandito. Hindi na nakatayo ang tier 2 nila. Si Ryzen nag-aantay, hindi siya nasama dun sa teamfight na yun. Instead, it's gonna open up this free Luminous Lord. Almost 14 minutes in.
Napakaganda pwesto mula Smart Omega, popping out their ultimates at once, and that meant yung Origin Esports ay umuwi. Tapos ang natira sa may mid lane CJ, the lack of mages on Origin Esports meant na nahirapan sila sa wave clear. At ang ganda ng pwestuhan din ni Ryzen to try to cut the backlines, and now they're on a big lead. Ito na yung power spike.
Starting with the Undying Fury plus the Black Dragon form. Nakapag-petrify na doon si Renzio. Down goes CJ. Kahit anong ulat mo ba? Kapagtaka sa collapse ng Smart Omega. Real Revelation keeping them down. They get to Scent as well fall. And just like that, nahanap na nga ng Smart Omega yung kanilang window, yung kanilang power spike. And it is being felt in full swing by Origin. Top, mid, bottom, that's where the Luminous Lord is at. May mabubutas dito, Wolf. That's it. Mid lane inhibitor goes down. Killer falls as well. Naamoy mo na ba? Dying Fury, Dockman ang susunod. Nilagang Diggy, ladies and gentlemen, plus the base and the wipeout. Just like that, Smart Omega comes back strong, taking game number 1.
Victory!
In snap, Smart Omega just brings it to their favor, diba? Isang malupit na punishment after a very long time kung saan sobrang in control ng Origin Esports. Are doing well. Ang ganda na pinapakita ni Choco. Even you see yung initiations coming out from the backshot, the feeding from the glue. It was all working together para sa side ng Origin Esports. Nagsimula nga lang ang kanilang mga kamalasan nung hindi ganun ka-perfect yung kanilang first Lord push. Wala silang nakuha after that. Nag-asim pa sila and eventually gets duly punished.
To make them early lead, pero instead of forcing it, sabi ng Omega, sige, and then let's build up, and eventually they found it. Interesting, kanina sabi mo, Wolf, tingnan natin yung record ng isang Kagura, no kills. It's the same with Renzio, 006. So hindi siya namatay, puro assist lang siya, puro clutch stuns, making life for Scent very, very difficult.
Yep. You can see na super duper good itemization from from Origin, honestly. Like, if you're looking at their items, meron sila mga casual Dreadnought armors that's paired up with Radiant armor, tas may Blade armor pa, Winter Truncheon ng CJ. They're doing everything well, in fact. Maganda yung kanilang itemization. Choco, at a certain point, nakakuha siya ng BOD na mas mayaman pa siya doon sa jungler ng Omega as a mid laner. So, they're doing everything well talaga. It's just that, in the end, mas nanaig ang veteran decision-making coming out from Omega, punishing them sa kanilang bad positioning, tapos forcing a lot of errors on the side of Origin Esports for them to eventually take over this game and mount the comeback in game number 1.
Panoorin ulit natin ang game number 1. Let's look at the highlights. These are the smart plays. And this is that moment wherein nag-asim nga si Scent. So early on, kita natin na may lamang pa ang Smart Omega, and then suddenly, ito na si Choco na nag-farm ng heroes in the first maybe half of this game.
Dating sa point, the 3-0 into siya after all the pauses that happened. We can see that Origin Esports meron pa rin talaga. This was the bait play, Docman. And then eventually, nandun na nga etong si Baksha. And Baksha is very, very tanky. Nandiyan si CJ. Tapos, ito yung si Choco, inching his way towards the Eve para makancel nga naman yung kanyang ultimate. Tapos nakakuha pa siya ng isang magandang sipa. They get a double kill. Unfortunately, Seth will fall, pero sobrang gandang trade sa Origin. And in fact, this was the start of what could be dominant game para sa Origin Esports.
Yeah, and we were at this moment here na lamang sila. It's 8 minutes 30, waiting for the Lord na lang. Eventually, kanila rin yan Lord, diba? Kanila rin yan Lord. Pero, uunahan ko na, para lang pag nakita natin, we understand, hindi nila na-sync ng maayos yung pag-push.
Yeah, I think yun yung pinaka parang disorganized na makikita natin mula sa Origin Esports. They're jumping against Smart Omega knowing na meron naman sila talagang advantage and they can do it like this, diba? Parang if they're all together trying to jump Smart Omega, makakuha talaga sila ng 1 kill or 2, but they became disorganized afterwards at nakakuha na ng mga bonus skills ang Smart Omega. Slowly but surely, nakakabawi sila when it comes to the goal. That nahanap pa doon yung kill sa isang jungler ng Omega, ng Origin Esports.
Ito na yun. Around this point in the game, slowly, mabawi na yung Omega. Alam nilang na-close na natin yung gap, guys. Less than 2K na lang to. Diretso na natin. And it's at this moment, yung sinabi mong napakaganda ng positioning ni Ryzen. Kasi hindi niya nila lumabas. Hindi siya lumalabas. Nag-aantay lang siya.
Waited for the right moment. We'll see it once again as si CJ and Killer. I think mamapunish din sila dito sa may bandang Lord area. Once again, Smart Omega, ang galing nilang umanap ng mga openings eh. Ito rin talaga siguro ang makukuha mo out of very experienced players like ito Max Renjo as well as Jackno. This was the game-winning fight, if I'm not mistaken. At tingnan mo, ang dami nang nagamit ng mga ultimates coming out from Origin Esports. Well, for Smart Omega, they can still commit.
Yep. And again, just in the grander scheme of things, this match will unfold. This game will unfold naturally. Yung mga binanggit mo pangalan, baka Kings of Sian. Diba? Baka Kings of Sian. Nakalimutan nating MSC champions, ang Omega Esports. A majority of their lineup were part of that previous team. So now, tingnan natin kung kaya ba nilang gapangin muli ang lower bracket and eventually become members of Sibol. Right? Ladies and gentlemen, game 1 pa lang yun ng lower bracket match na ito. One more game, one more victory for Omega and we're gonna have to say goodbye to Origin Esports. We'll see if that happens exactly when we come back. Magbabalik ang Sibol 2022 National Team Selection Tournament for MPL-PH. Ako nga po pala si Leo. Kasama ko si Wolf. Huwag na honest. We'll be right back.
set, Apple set, and Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid. Para maging yours, download the GigaLife app and register sa Gigamania! Ready na ba kayo sa grand raffle prizes ng Gigamania? Samsung set, Apple set, and Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid. Para maging yours, download the GigaLife app and register sa Gigamania! Ready na ba kayo sa grand raffle prizes ng Gigamania? Samsung set, Apple set, and Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid. Para maging yours, download the GigaLife app and register sa Gigamania! Ready na ba kayo sa grand raffle prizes ng Gigamania? Samsung set, Apple set, and Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid. Para maging yours, download the GigaLife app and register sa Gigamania! Ready na ba kayo sa grand raffle prizes ng Gigamania? Samsung set, Apple set, and Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid. Para maging yours, download the GigaLife app and register sa Gigamania! Ready na ba kayo sa grand raffle prizes ng Gigamania? Samsung Samsung set, Apple set, and Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid. Para maging yours, download the GigaLife app and register sa Gigamania! Ready na ba kayo sa grand raffle prizes ng Gigamania? Samsung set, Apple set, and Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid. Para maging yours, download app and
Ready na ba kayo para sa game number 2 dito sa Origin versus Omega Esports? It's a lower bracket eliminations. Welcome back to the Sibol 2022 National Team Selection Tournament for MLBB. Kami ang The Animals. Ako nga po pala si Leo. Kasama dito si Wolf. Kami ang maglilingkod dito sa possibly last game in tonight's broadcast. Wolf, how can Origin get back dahil again, specialty yata nila, yung mga exotic at unorthodox drafts. Is there a chance that they just do something simple here to clutch game 3?
I don't think so. I think to be fair, they could have won that game talaga. Maybe they're just gonna polish it, right? Kaya na nila eh. They control the early stages na talaga. That they just need to to make sure that they're not gonna hit a brick wall afterwards. And I'm looking dun sa Discord ng community natin sa Module Legends. Big shoutout sa mga nanonood dyan. Ang dami nagsabi actually, Leo, na hindi ito yung first time na may nag-jungle back siya or nag-DG sila. Ito mga players na to in even their teams before going to Origin Esports. Etong mga exotic picks na nakikita natin, hindi ito yung first time. So, to answer your question, if they will go normal picks and bans coming in the next game, I don't think so. Feeling ko they're still gonna try yung mga pocket strategies nila.
They are gonna do what they do, Origin style. Alright? Let's go into the smart picks and bans for game number 2. Ito na ang ating draft. It's going to be Origin on the play. Omega answering back. First taking out the Lancelot and the Paquito. And then Omega naman dito tatanggalin ang Valentina. I would not be surprised, Wolf, kung kunyari same pa din. Parang tatanggalin yung Armilla. There it is.
Yeah. Okay, so it's Edith. And obviously, Lancelot, they don't want to give it to Smart. Omega. Ito namang Carmilla. And like I katulad na sinabi mo, Leo, time and time again, I don't think that it's gonna see the light of day, especially against Origin, kasi mga prepared sila dito. Eliminate one of the pocket strats on the opposing team and maybe we'll have a better chance. This is Pacbet, Coach Pacbates or Eto Max or Zapno saying, wag na tayo magpahula sa kalaban. We'll try to win it as standard as possible. We can see naman, glue ang priority ng Origin. What happened is, okay, Selena.
Oh,
That's a major slip-up mula sa Origin.
ito Max special incoming.
Yup.
Gonna make pana everybody. And of course, the Yujong. So, same relationship as game 1. Parang uulitin lang ni Ginong Kadwa.
That's right. So, with this Yuzhong, tapos merong Selena, sobrang taas ng control agad sa parang area control agad ng Smart Omega. Meron silang vision, tapos meron silang big ultimate. And definitely, itong combination ng dalawang heroes na to ay masagad. But Origin, still going back to the Digi. This time, second pick siya, tapos may kasama pang Ning. I guess,
I'm okay with this,
okay.
actually.
Yeah.
It ensures na maganda ang magiging farm and yun, pag nakahanap nga, di ba, ng snowball potential Origin, hindi ko game number 2, they won't allow what happened in game 1 anymore. As soon as they get the grip, raputin na nila. I mean, that's what they're learning, right? That's what they picked up from game 1.
Oh, that's right. So, what it might be for the good dito. At least meron na tayo makikita na one creative na pick tapos backed up with standard picks, right? But this time, Alice. Wow! At maaga-agang Alice pick para sa Smart Omega.
Yeah,
I am
that's
surprised.
gonna go to the hands of Outplayed. And what's surprising to you, Wolf, here? Is it the fact na ang aga nung alis or the fact na sinasabi ng Omega, sige, okay lang kaming mag-late game ulit. Okay lang kaming maghanap ng window mamaya.
The second thing, that's really not surprising to me. Smart Omega, back when they were execration, they were known as the late game. The late game kings, right? But the fact na itong Alice ay na-pick agad, third pick, tapos hindi pa siya yung meta hero that we know. This really is what really surprising to me. So there will be definitely answers mula sa Origin. Like, siguro kuha sila ng marksman sa side lane. Kaya naman siguro confident sila na mag-Alice is, since they have the Yuzong, meron silang pang-counter doon sa mga counter sa Alice. Maybe this time, they still ban out itong mga marksman. Maybe Origin will opt to go for something like a Lunox sa may side lane to completely control itong Alice.
So, hope for a favorable matchup. Something na pang mid-game. Kasi nga itong Ling, mid-game spike, late game at best. We'll see going in the second phase. Smart Omega, they chose to choke out the gold laners. So, okay ka, Wolf, yung sinabi mo, yung sinuggest mong Lunox, pwede pa lumabas. But for Origin, they take out the Olos and the Hayabusa. They're choosing what Ryzen can play.
That's right. Makes me think para din sa Smart Omega, they can opt for the roam hero now, since like Kufra is still available, so it makes sense against this Ling. Meron pa rin Choa na pwede pang catch, at hindi din ako magugulat kung kukuha ng tipong mga Kaja ang side ng Origin, ng Smart Omega. Go YSS. Okay.
Oh, Ryzen YSS. Okay. So, sobrang panalo ng Omega when it comes to the vision game.
Yeah, that's right. So, ang dami nila dito, ang dami talaga agad nilang vision control. For Origin, kuha ng pang-tunaw dito sa pang-burst dito sa Alice para hindi siya makapag-sustain. Like I said, Lunox makes total sense here para sa Origin. Instead, Brody ang kanilang pipiliin. Ang kagandahan nga lang sa isang marksman versus the Alice is malayo yung maabot. Oh, wow, okay. So, Angela, sino 4 dito? Is it most likely it's the Angela, right?
Yeah. Tapos 5 Docmen Digi ulit.
Oh,
and then Omega,
okay,
doing their best Blacklist International impression.
Exactly.
They pick up the Estes, and is this gonna be a Chakno Estes? Mamba Estes ba to?
We don't. Wow, that really is exciting. Biglang nag-shift
One
yung.
shot.
Yeah, but Chakno, Selena, I don't know if I have seen it before.
Neither have I. Baka may bago si Chakno. Baka alam natin inspired si Mr. Mangilog. So baka bigla siyang may Selena, right? Like, who knows? That's possible. Pero that aside, again, last pick Estes, and then Yusen Shin, napaka-orthodox or napaka-lino ng gustong gawin ng Omega dito.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, that being said, this is a throwback, maybe season 7, around the MSC time, almost, if you think about it, halos mag-isang taon na rin, hindi naman, half a year, right? Na nakita natin gatong meta, and like I said, hindi na masyado napipick yung Alice, but if you have Estes, you have a lot of sustain, tas may absence of the Baksha, yeah, it could work.
We're gonna see exactly how this unfolds. Again, sino nga bang gagamit ng Estes, sino gagamit ng Selena para sa Omega? Laban sa Origin Esports. Pasok na tayo. Game number 2. It's do or die for Origin. And Wolf, the answer is Chakno Estes. There you go. Okay. Chakno Estes.
Pretty standard stuff from Smart Omega. Okay, so eto ba tumulong agad mag-clear dito sa top lane. They're both level 2 because of that.
Make the most of it at mauuna si Ryzen dito sa Little Wanderer. Choco gonna try to take it and successfully does, saving the retribution. And medyo napalalim yata si Docmin doon, but again, this is just a mini. It's okay.
Yep. So,
Okay.
execution lang yun, which means wala extra gold, but Selena is gonna score against the CJ.
Nalinipat
Choco
nila
na
ngayon.
ngayon ang jungle.
Oo. Wolf, ito na yata.
What
Naging
is
full-on
happening?
feeding digi na siya.
Ah.
Feeding digi
Oh, nicely
on Docmen.
done, Chakno. Nicely done by Chakno kasi tinapakan niya yung mga buffs. So, ang ginagawa ko dito kasi ni Docmen, inuubos niya yung mana niya doon sa Torre. Tapos naglalagay lang siya ng mga bombs para hindi makaporma si Alice. Tapos magpapa-execute lang din siya para walang gold na
Para-
mauubos ng Omega.
And then free mana refill.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, could be dangerous. Eto Max here, kakain ng isang Tempest of Blades. Choco gets the kill. Tapos continue pa rin sa kanyang modus. Ito si Docmen. Ginagawa niyang Death Bush, itong dating Tri-Bush.
Yep. I think the turtle is the next definitely the next point of contention for both teams, pero mas maganda na yata yung pwesto dito ng Omega. Oh, yeah.
Again, the vision game is real and Sent. Are you gonna get away from this? Arrow thrown out by Eto Max. And, kahit ganito kaagad, sakit na rin pa rin mga bomba. Kasi nga, hindi pa naka-farm masyado si Outplayed, so kulang pa siya ng blood stacks. So, this is Origin's way of given their very mid-game, late-game spike lineup. Ito yung pressure.
And well, the thing is, ang strength ng Gigi Bombs nasa early stages na talaga. Hindi siya ganun kasakit come the mid-game.
Red team hero has been
Road na
slain.
dito, si Outplayed.
Tempest of Blades here, knock up on the Alice. Apat ang makakita noon. They all get the XP. And just like that, Origin have gone up 1,000 gold ahead of Omega.
Wow, napakagandang punishment. Kami na from Origin Esports sa may bottom lane dahil nag-overstay Smart Omega, nag-overpush din sila. Sobrang lalim nila dito. And that's a free pass. 2 blades, enough para kay Choco. Inuubos na lang din yung blades kasi kita naman daw siya sa camera. And that's it. Origin Esports will take the advantage ngayon at makikita natin yung Smart Omega na nagulat din siguro sila dito sa playstyle. Imagine this, Docmen played one hero for 2 games pero magkaiba yung playstyle.
And he shows yung yung fundamental knowledge niya ng game dynamics sa anong tempo. Di ba? Naintindihan niya na wala namang mangyayari sa akin masama kung ganito yung gawin ko. So, abusuin ko na lang yung mechanics. And that's throwing Omega a little bit off. And that's keeping this 1K gold lead, but 2K, if Origin can farm up a little more, in 4 minutes. And so far, hirap makakuha ng turtle ang Omega, even if they do have the vision game on point. Kahit na panalo sila sa vision, parang kahit naman yung pupuntahan nila, hirap din nilang kunin eh.
Yeah. And they have not activated itong si Ryzen yet. Yun yung mga nagulat ako dito. But then again, alam natin kapag may Estes, we always look at the time. Hindi ganun kabilis ang overtime, kumbaga, di ba? Ang blacklist, the timers with the Estes, around 7 minutes, doon sila lalakas. So, tingin ko, if you're a fan of Smart Omega, don't panic yet.
Yep, here we go. Hard guard triggered on by CJ. Tempest of Blades ginamit na dito ni Choco. Hindi niya mapapatay si Ryzen. At ngayon baka mapunish pa siya. Finch point into this corner rock. Keeping him alive. And as well si CJ. So, okay pa. It was a safe engage. Maybe a little too expensive for Origin. Opening up this second circle.
Very good engage actually for both teams, in fact. Kasi hindi nga naman namatayan doon yung Origin Esports. And Smart Omega also is keeping tabs
Red
on
team
their
has slain
jumper.
the turtle.
This time, Smart Omega naman na makasecure ng turtle. At ang lead ng Origin Esports ay hindi na ganun kalaki compared before.
They're keeping it close. Under 1,000. And that's going to be a kill onto Sent. Eto Max. Very lethal on the Selena. Napakaganda mag-drawing ng geometry gamit ang Abyssal Arrow. And right now, they're rotating onto Docmen. Gusto nila i-push yung bottom lane dahil nag-switch na sila outplayed up top. And slowly, Wolf, baka nga mangyari na yung sinasabi nating power spike ng ganitong klaseng lineup. Ube Omega time at about 7-8 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see. The ube, Omega ube, no? Okay, but it's
Bago flavor.
totally different talaga kung makikita natin sa Blacklist International. But at the same time, halos cosplay to eh. Yung Selena lang yata yung parang hindi natin masyado nakikita sa Blacklist International. But it's almost the same.
Oh! There's the split. Gusto nilang sakyan itong STS ni Chakno. Mr. Mangilog finds it in him. There's the Mountain Shocker. Alam ng Omega kung nasaan ang lahat ng miyembro ng Origin. So they know not to engage. That's 2v1 in mid. Ryzen just clearing the waves para hindi siya maisahan dito, hindi ma-push as they try to form up for this circle in the bottom lane. And makuha na dito ang tier 1 sa may baba. Tatamaan ng araw pero kulang ng firepower. Yung dalawa, si Renzio at si Eto Max, Chakno. Ito lang yung napansin ko kaya lang hindi masyadong hindi lang Chakno hero si Estes. It's because wala siya ng surprise place. Wala siya ng pang-catch na malupit.
I agree. It kakaiba tignan eh, no? But this is what it is. Yun ang naging choice ng Smart Omega. Baka mag-back on na tayo sa shot calling din. Maybe yung understanding ni Chakno ng mga enemy heroes that might be yung bread and butter niya ngayon.
Oh! That's gonna be the split and grab. Pero off-cam, napatay na. Si CJ traded out for the Mamba. Mr. Mangilo goes down finally in mid. Napag-push. Si outplayed off-camera. 1-for-1 trade so far. And oh! Torn apart memory at maximum range. Underneath tier 1, napabagsak si Ryzen. At si Eto Max ay nanggihirang na. Half health. Bumato pa ng araw para lang hindi na mag-engage ang Origin. And so far, napilitang sumagot si Choco sa may top lane. Current score 5-3 under 8 minutes. This is the last turtle that we're gonna see in game number 2.
Oh, well done, Sen. Nakakuha ng isang napakalaking kill kay Ryzen. This means na mas magiging komportable pa sila. Nakuha pa sila ng turtle. Paganda ang laban para sa side ng Origin Esports. And they have heroes na okay din naman sa late game. So, kung sakali man na, na hindi nila matapos agad itong laban na to with the lead that they still have insurance policy. Maganda pa rin yung late game scaling ng Ling as well as the Brody. So, pretty doable pa para sa side ng Origin Esports.
There's the Mountain Shocker. So, baka mapupush back ng konti ang Ube Omega time. Put it up to maybe 10-11 minutes kapag ready na si Outplayed. So far, may vision. Pero, ewan ko lang kung nakakompleto ng Omega yung mission nila. What exactly is their mission? Let's say, Wolf, alam nila kung nasaan Mountain Shocker. Ano yung ideal situation para sa Smart Omega?
Use your Yuzhong ultimate, tapos chain stun mo with the arrow. That's the idea. Tapos i-bait mo yung Origin Esports to go into your bubble. Then eventually pop mo yung ultimate mo with Chakno, tapos try to win it with the Alice. That's basically it para sa Smart ng Omega. Kaso parang kung papansin mo, medyo pang counterplay-ish. Kailangan nilang makahanap ng play na aggressive like that.
Might be it. Grab and a split combo killer. Sinasakyan dito si Outplayed. You see how easy it is to get stacks now. At papabagsakin siya, makakuha ng killer. As it said, there's the Mountain Shocker. Ang daming nakatayo lang at tinamaan. Kamuti ka na nga si Sen. Current trade, 3-for-1. Ang natayo na lang si Choco. Uwi na rin si Sen. And just like that, Wolf, Outer engages the name of the game. Apparently, Smart Omega had it all this time. Sen nakaisa pa bago nakauwi. That's a kill onto Kapitan Kaidik.
Ginamit pa ni Etomax sa kanyang flicker pero dali niya na-punish. And you can see, ito na yun, aggressive play mula kay Outplay tas merong heal ng kanyang teammates. Unfortunately, mabibigyan pa rin siya doon because of the third-acquired memory. At ang ganda lang din talaga ng jump nila in this game. Eventually, nakakuha ng maraming kills. Saka lang si Etomax ay nanggigil doon kay Choco. But, thing is, Choco, nakasecure pa siya ng sarili niyang purple buff. So, for Origin Esports, it's not the end of the world. In fact, sila pa yung mauuna dito sa North area.
Yep, and napakalayo ni Outplayed. So the potential for a contest not looking good, lalo na matatalon si Chakno ng split. Choco secures the very first Lord. 10 minutes. Ang investment na lang ng Smart Omega, sige, we'll take a turret down bottom. Let's try to get back parts of the map.
Man, super duper well done mula kay Killer dun sa clash na yon. Nakuha niya yung kill. Yung force ng flicker kay Chakno At yun pa lang, yung maliit na play na yun na nagpauwi sa isang Estes na position 5 na roamer was enough para hindi mag-contest ang Smart Omega doon sa Lord. So para siyang Lord secured in just one small move mula kay Killer. Well done, Origin Esports.
Also guys, nakita natin yung kung gaano kalakas bigla si Glue na automatic pagka split niya, grab agad. Di ba dati parang kailangan pa sayawan yung kalaban? Ngayon, automatic eh. It's because of that first skill change and now there's a split. Hinahanapan niya, forcing out the back flow onto outplayed. So, makakakit palalo itong Lord na ito. Dogman knocked up, forcing out the Black Dragon form. And not a good engagement for Smart Omega. Origin Esports, kinakite lang nila, back and forth, parang footsies.
So, dapat the footsies, di ba? Parang footwork. Looking good para sa Origin Esports as Choco now playing the thing and then try to jump for mid lane. Not sure if it will be the best decision.
Hindi nila malinigtas yung mid lane tier 1. Ang lalim na dito, naka-hearth guard si CJ into Choco. Taken down Ryzen. Kakabili niya lang ng endless battle doon. That's a free kill. And so far, successful defense, yes. Pero ang daming nangyayari, ang daming kailangan gawin pa ng Omega para mabawi ito. They are gonna fight here in the mid lane. Inhibitor, still standing. Arrow misses, thrown out by Etomax. Kaidi, El Capitan, what call is it? The call is just to stand still. Depensa lang.
Good call from Smart Omega. Don't lose much na. Parang nanakawa lang kayo ng konting mga nagkaroon na kayo ng economic damage. Don't try to spread out. So, cut your losses. But, meron sila tatama ng pana and this is amazing. Smart Omega finding gold. I don't know.
Yeah, yun. 3.5 seconds stand niya tayo. So, talaga wala magagawa si Killer doon. Nakita natin meron siyang split, pero hindi niya na napindot.
Shot yung mabot. Super tricky talaga yung Selena. Parang you can be down by so much but with just one arrow you can in the late game, pwede mo, or mid game, late game, pwede ka makakuha ng mataas na control ng mapa agad.
Or mas magandang engagement, right? Like, so ang ganun sa isang itlap, baka hindi na maganda yung grab ng isang Q4 Killer. So, we'll see. This is the second Lord of the game up already. Luminous na ito. So, it's yellow. It's 1 more minute until it gets enhanced further. And, natin, baka this time, makakot ang Smart Omega.
I would say maganda ang team fight ng Smart Omega if they initiate properly. Kaso nandun sa may top lane with si Yuzo. So, pwede i-go talaga si Ryzen nang wala nang...
Sila ang ma-engage yan. Kahit na may Emerson Blades doon, masyado maganda ang pasok. Shakno taken out, plus Ryzen already wala man lang bawi ang Omega. And that's the Ube broken down. 2 for none, libre, second Lord ng Origin.
Nakita mo yun nag-defend dito sa may top lane si Reggio at parang free pass yun sa Origin Esports. If you're Ling at alam mong wala sa laban yung Yuzong at yun lang yung pwede kumontrol sa'yo, sobrang saya mo kasi freely hitting ka talaga.
And that was the sign. That was the sign. Salamat sa mga minions na nag-push, sabi ng Origin. Kayo ang rason kung bakit wala dito yung Yuzhong, and that's how they're keeping the 6k gold lead. Kahit na 10-7 lang yan, malinaw sa mapa, Wolf. Sobrang linaw na Origin Esports is in control.
I agree. So no more outer and inner turrets para sa Smart Omega, para mga base turrets na lang nalitra or inhibitors. See, in a way, maganda naman ang depensa ng Smart Omega. But we'll see. We'll find out if Origin Esports can still force a game number 3 after this. It's looking like they can.
Yep. This is Origin Esports game to lose. And you're right. Okay naman ang wave clear nila or depensa nila. Pero yun guys, specifically wave clear. Taking down so many minions. Paano-mano ang ginagawa ng Smart Omega dito. They're better at team fights, honestly. They catch another arrow on to Killer. Pero okay lang kasi hindi maka-overextend ng Smart Omega kahit na libreng kill yun tulad nung kanina. At this point, iba na yung story. Timers are different, 15 minutes.
Exactly. At this point, yung 2-3 to na YSS, tapos yung 1-2-3 na Alice at 15 minutes. You don't want to see this for sure if you're a Smart Omega fan. I think natin. Next third is at 90 seconds pa naman. So, it might be a little bit more quiet in the next coming minutes of this game.
Quiet, and that would be best for Omega, if I'm not mistaken, kung wala mangyari masyado, no? It's Omega's time to catch up if they can.
I agree actually when you say it that way kasi meron silang Alice at okay naman din yung YSS. If you look at Origin, Ling lang, but lahat ng other members ng Origin Esports will melt dito kay Outplayed. So,
combo piece, lahat ng iba combo piece lang. Enabler para kay Choco at Sent.
Exactly. I'm quite hopeful of what Origin, of Smart Omega's chances, pero at the same time, ang ganda talaga ng ipinapakita ng Origin Esports. You can't deny it. They deserve this amount of control.
Both in their draft and in their team play. Hindi na naulit, at least, napatagal nila lalo at napaganda pa nila yung lessons learned from game number 1. And Smart Omega, again, making sure that Vision is on their side. Ibibigyan na nila itong purple buff kaya Outplayed. And slowly but sure, makikita natin na Origin. As for Origin, what do you do here? Do you look for kills? Do you look for team fight? Ikaw ba mag-actively engage? Or ating mo, Lord?
That you shove the lanes para may mahiwalay, I think. You try to split this Estes composition para mas makakuha ka ng advantage when it comes with team fights. Eventually, after that, go on to team fights, right? But if you get what I'm trying to say, huwag mo hayaan na mag-group up pa sila tapos lumaban sila kasi kahit malaking-malaki yung lamang mo, masakit pa rin yan come the late game.
Okay, so huwag mo sila hayaan mag-ube. Don't let the ube happen, and this might actually be long. This one, ube, 5v5, Renzio, simulan na, Kadwa coming in, Black Dragon form, lahat sila, sinastan niya, lahat sila mananakap, at Leon, pero nag-times gear niya, step goes down, into the floor of Armaro, and takes down the Brody, free kill for Smart Omega, at ngayon, it's Omega ube time, atay nila yung Lord.
Might be able to secure it with -1 on the side ng Origin Esports.
Pero bantayin natin si Choco, ha? Pero nahuli nila dito ang isa, popping the immortality onto Dogman. Gonna get taken down still. Pero natin si Choco, nakakatakot pa rin si Choco Wolf. Baka this may pinapano siya masama.
Exactly. At naghanap sila kung nasa siya. Ako, yun, nakita na!
Oh
my goodness!
Nahuli! You miss every shot you don't try to take. Pero nag-angka doon si Choco and we love him all for it. That's gonna be one Lord going over to Smart Omega. That is an 18-minute Lord. And right now, Omega, two steps to victory here. Defender base, manage the waves. Tapos gamitin itong Luminous Lord na ito. Bubutasin nila ng mid lane ng Origin. That's the inhibitor still standing. Outplayed, making space. And that's gonna be the push. And that's gonna be Dogman. Still surviving, taken down by Etomax. Kaidik finds his revenge. Bridge dito ni Killer, makiklear yung wave. And just like that, I see Omega coming back. Wolf, this is amazing.
Oh my God, I was so surprised kung paano nila nakuha yung kill doon sa Ling. And I'm not sure if they should be conceding this third push. Well, I guess alam nila na pabuhay natin si Choco. But yeah, nahanap pa nila kill doon sa Ling na malaboy-laboy doon sa may bubungan. And because of that, nakakuha sila na free pass dito sa Lord. But it seems like hindi nila tinitake advantage talaga yung Lord this time. Respecting yung respawn timers that now favor Origin Esports.
Yeah, I think ang call dito ay disiplina. Parang nandito na tayo eh. Omega overtime na eh. It's their turn to be in the corner. Yun ang call siguro dito ng Smart Omega. And slowly but surely, yun yung nangyayari. Purple buff, kinukuha muna ni Outplayed. Tapos saka siya sasagot. Renzio, kompleto Ricardo dito si Renzio. Ha? Meron siya Petrify, meron siya ult. Tingnan natin split. Sinimulan na ni Killer. And that's going to be Chakno using out his flicker. Sasagot naman si Renzio, Black Dragon form. Kadwa Express coming in. He's not used his Petrify just yet. Okay pa, times 3 nagamit na dito ni Dogman. Lumalaban sila dito sa ilalim ng tower nila. Down goes Dogman. Outplayed gets the kill. Sent, boy ka pa. Sabi ni Outplayed, hindi na. And that's going to be the time of the play forced out of Choco. That's the knock-up on Torrenzio. Meron pa siya Immortality. CJ sa pupunta. Immortality pop na rin dito sa Angela. Down bottom. Uy, nabuhay pa. Okay pa, that's gonna be a good way to defend. Buying time, kiting inside their own base. Origin still in this. Ang galing
We'll
ni
see another,
CJ dun, ha?
Been destroyed.
Oh,
Round 2, let's go! Split here by Killer. Pasay siya dito. It's going to be the grab, moving them out, and, with the truncheon dito, and forcing it out with a tech. Up down on the outplay. Sango Choco. Ryzen gets him. Nag-trade lang sila. 3 attackers, 2 defenders. Kaya mo ba to? Ng Origin Esports. Teleport down on the base, and that's it. Spike Omega gets the sweep. 2-0. Eliminating Origin Esports.
Victory!
a sweep, but definitely not the games na you could say dominant para sa side ng Smart Omega. Both games, I mean, I was like this. Grabe. I can't hold it. I mean, you were casting it and hindi ko naintindihan bakit ito nangyari. Sobrang lupit ng mga, I would say, shot selection siguro mula doon sa Smart Omega eventually. The fact that they are hitting all of their spells in the right heroes, the right timing, kaya naman sila down and mounted the comeback. I definitely did not expect another comeback. So 2 games na comeback para sa side ng Smart Omega. And that is how they made themselves move on dito sa Sibol 2022 National Team Selection.
Looking at the post-game stats, 21 minutes. Nakalampas na tayo ng TikTok timers. So that means nag-full on. Omega Ube mode na nga. And our MVP here is, by the numbers si Chakno.
Oh, wow. Yeah, 12 out of the 14 kills. Kasama siya, nag-queen swings pa nga para hindi na ma-burst down. And if you're looking at Ryzen as well, nung una ay nahihirapan siya kasi lagi siya tinatalunan lang ni Choco. Tapos Angela Ling lang. All that jazz, the heart guard. But then, eventually, he picked up the wind of nature para hindi naman siya ma-one-shot nitong Ling or ma-one combo ni Ling and stand a fighting chance. And that's how he was able to bring it back. I mean, kahit yung mga uli, lalo na yung kill kay CJ eventually, tapos yung kill dun sa Ling, it was because of his control of the bow. Yung passive, di ba, ng melee tsaka ng range attacks ng isang Eason Chain. And it looked well. I thought it will be over soon, but wow, man, I can't believe na nakuha pa yon ng side ng Smart Omega.
Yep, very, how do I say, gut-wrenching defeat dahil could have sworn at 70% of the game, laro ng Origin yon. And napakahirap panoorin nung ganito klaseng kakontrol na laro na takot ka sa dalawang hero lang, kay Choco at saka kay Sent. Pero alam mo yun, Omega, they found their window again. Let's look at how that happened exactly. We'll go from the early game. Ito, first, Turtle.
Well, Origin Esports na kuha nila yung magandang punish doon sa Smart Omega. Like this bottom lane punish wherein yung Smart Omega ay sobrang aggressive dito sa bottom lane. Imagine, nasa gitna na sila ng outer at inner turrets. Origin Esports with this lane na may Angela pang kasama, ang dali na mga punish, and you can see na dinadive na lang talaga nila dito si Eason Chain. Will not get the kill onto Choco, but Choco gets out anyways. But alam mo na yung game plan dito ni Choco. Look for the enemy jungler and try to finish him off.
Yep. And on screen earlier, we just saw si Killer. Actually, maganda rin ang naging gawain ni Killer during the mid to the late game is a single split. Mahirapan agad yung Smart Omega. So, nagbibilangan sila. Isang ult lang ni Killer, wala na. Ang hirap nang gawin nung ube early on ng Smart Omega. So, that's the story, at least for the mid-game that we're approaching here. Kasi first 2 Lords, di ba? First 2 Lords, walang laban yung Smart Omega.
Exactly. And eventually, it just, in a snap, nakahanap sila ng magandang mga opening. And doon naman kasi talaga yung power ng isang Alice na na-miss natin. Definitely early game na nawala na sa kanya, but this time with yung mga marksman sa my gold lane, nahihirapan na siya makapag-farm in the early stages. But now, late game Alice, nakita natin, sobrang lakas pa rin. It still is a strong hero. And Smart Omega knows how to play this so well.
And it's the hero that they needed. Si outplayed ay malakelra nga ang galaw, no? It's what Omega likes. It's what they're used to. Di ba? Yung parang kakapit ako, pero kung kailangan nyo ako early game, ready naman. So very, very impressive. Congratulations to Omega Esports, also known as the Kings of C, continuing their crusade throughout the lower bracket. buhay pa ang pangarap nila para maging parte ng Sibol to potentially represent our country in this year's international tournaments. Wolf, let's close up the show. GG well played to Origin Esports. Hindi na sila makakalimutan sa kanilang kakaibang draft, sa kanilang kakaibang gameplay. And of course, I'm sure it's not the last we've seen of them. Any more thoughts before we say goodbye?
Let us end this night by bidding farewell dun sa ating mga amateur teams, but not as competitors. Only dito sa Sibol. Hats off to them. Ang ganda na kanilang ipinakita in this tournament. Showing na kaya nilang makipagsabayan sa mga top guns, and I'm pretty sure that we have a bright future ahead. Madami pang pwedeng makita na malulupit na players dito sa ating Mobile Legends scene.
I agree. So again, we say goodbye with a smile dahil hindi ito goodbye, see you later. Origin and to El Ganador Esports. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the end of day 2 for our Sibol 2022 National Team Selection Tournament for MLBB. We would like to thank Peso, who has organized this all for us. The Sibol 2022 National Team Selection is powered by Smart and is organized by Peso. Para sa di nakakalam, ang Peso o